Hello out there, fellow vinyl people. Welcome back to my channel, Hernando's Vinyl Hideaway. Of course, you know that because you're watching it. I'm assuming you know that. You might have stumbled across it accidentally. But if you like records, uh, assorted weird things, and other forms of media, stay tuned. You're going to see some. Um, First thing I want to show is I showed this compilation on vinyl. I think in the last couple videos I did one of those, and I'd ordered the CD because I'm just stupid like that. I have to have both formats. It's the Something Weird Greatest Hits on CD. The album was a double album, and this is a double CD. And I ordered quite a bit of other things from Something Weird, some DVDs. And so I was lucky to get this. I had seen it. They posted it when they got these available, the vinyl and the CDs available on the website. And I think I got in just got my order in just soon enough to get one because they sold out shortly after that, which they have currently been restocked. So I guess they still have them at this point, but you don't want to wait around because when they're gone, I don't know how many more they're going to get in. It says turn on to the titillating, tantalizing ditties from the 6660s, which I think this is the same thing that it said on the vinyl, or as the hype sticker. And I think that insert that I just showed was a little bit different. And then, if I can get this out of here, what's the deal here, man? There's I guess this is disc 1. And this be disc 2. So if you're curious at all about Something Weird, try to pick up the vinyl or the CD. I'm not going to read any of the liner notes because I went into quite a bit of a extended video on my vinyl. And then onto the 45s here. Picked up some really awesome 45s this time. I was really lucky because this one Goodwill that I used to go to all the time, haven't been to there in a while, or don't go as much because they really don't have anything as far as the records. I mean, I will say they've got in quite a bit more records since the last time I was there. But 45s was all I bought. I found some really cool ones though. This is Light Bulb Blues, and I think it's called Oh Yeah, The Shadows of Night. This is sort of ripped off there on the side, or on the other side, so I think that says Oh Yeah. I mean, The Shadows of Night, that's sort of a rare one, I thought. Ohio Express with Yummy, Yummy Yummy, and Zigzag, which of course, this is on Buddha, and I have copies of that already. The Zombies with Time of the Season and Friends of Mine. I mean, that's like one of my favorite zombie songs. The Trashmen with Surfin' Bird and King of the Surf. I seen that, it's like, wow, that's really unusual. I would have never thought I'd run across that record. And then Preston Epps with Bongo Party and Bongo Rock. I know you probably can't see that because it's a black label. This one is Esquivel, Salinto Lindo, and That Old Black Magic. It's my first Esquivel 45. I was pretty floored to see that one too. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Rescue, and Fire. Which I might already have a copy of that, I'm not positive, but that doesn't show up much. The Count 5, They're Going to Get You, and Psychotic Reaction. That was another cool one to find. And then this one, I never can do my Roman numerals, but it's Napoleon XIV. They're Coming to Take Me Away, haha. And then on the other side is the same song in reverse. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I just can't. That's a cool find. The Suite with Need a Lot of Lovin' and Blockbuster on Bell Records. This one is The Suite with Man from Mecca and Little Willie. I might have that one already. And The Suite, this one doesn't say The Suite, this just says Suite with Restless and Ballroom Blitz. And I don't know why people have to deface their records. I mean, writing your name on there I could sort of understand, but defacing it? No. And the last one here is The Jerk by The Larks and Forget Me on the other side. It's a cool label there. I just liked it because I'd never heard of it, and it's a cool label, so it'll probably be good. And it's got a little rinky-dink thing in the middle. It's called an adapter for all you youngsters out there. I still feel like I'm a youngster, but obviously to look at me, I'm not. But what are you going to do? Either get older or die, right? I picked up a new issue of Scream magazine. This one is the one that is affiliated with the people out there in Pennsylvania that does Monster Bash. Elvira Reveals All. I haven't read this yet. I just picked this up. And I'll just lay it down right there. This I ordered from Amazon. I've been wanting this for a while. The Monster Mash, or just Monster Mash. It caught on in a flash. By Mark Voger. This is The Creepy Kooky Monster Craze in America, 1957 to 1972. And the forward is by Zachary, the Cool Ghoul. This is a nice hardbound book. And I mean, it covers basically every single thing you can think of. It's got some rat fink in there. But it's got all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm in the process of reading it. I'm about probably almost halfway through it. You know, it has all the monster model kits that they used to put out and just everything. So if you're curious at all and you're into that, you might already have it, but if not, look on Amazon. It's on there, and it's definitely worth every penny. On to the albums. These are just ones that's been accumulating. The Groovy Organ Goes Romantic. Right there. Popular favorites, it says there on the back. Featuring Maurice Montez. That's a cool looking organ though, isn't it? You don't see that every day. I mean, unless you have one and you look at it every day. Here, let's set this right here. Stereo Action, the sound that your eyes can follow. Dynamica, Ray Martin and his orchestra. I've showed several of these in the past. And when they show up, you know, I have to take them home with me. There's the inner sleeve. I think these are on, well, it's a RCA Victor. I was going to say it was on Liberty, but that's a different artists on that one. And then this I picked up Casper. I'm just like, what? I think I already had this one. I might not have had this one. Anyway, it's Casper, so why wouldn't I get it? Peter Pan. The Scariest Halloween Ever. Where do you hide in a haunted house? Creepy scare case. I think I might have the single, the 45 of this, because I think a couple of those are on the 45 I have. And we were at Everybody's Records. I don't know, it's been a while back now, and we were looking at the records, and one of the guys that works there brought over these records and handed them to me. He says, hey, do you want these? This says Dizzy Gillespie, Al Haig PBS broadcast. It's just a white sleeve. And here's the record. It says Gillespie, December 11th, 1976. Part 1 on that side and part 2 on the other. So I don't know if this is like a homemade record. I mean, it smells really good. But, I mean, that's something I'd never seen before. This one too, Maynard Ferguson. This was recorded in 1960. These smell like they're, they smell like a brand new record, really, but they don't look like it. February 27th, 1960. And then it has the song titles. But, yeah, that's very unusual. I guess maybe he thought that they couldn't sell them, so Kraft Theater, Burt Bacharach, and Tony Bennett. This one's a different one. Audio Kraft Recording Company. It's pretty cool. This is like a really sturdy record. I was going to say thick record. It's not real thick, but it is. It's not flimsy, put it that way. And then I got this one, Nighttime Sing-Along with Mitch Miller. I don't think I'd ever seen this one. I mean, all of these ones here on the back. I'm pretty sure all of them, maybe with the exception of one, I have. So I was on a Mitch Miller kick not too long ago, and I just got in my head, I'm going to buy every one that I see just to make sure I have them all, which I'd already probably had them all before that. But, you know, I don't, if I took inventory of my records and did what needs to be done, I would know for sure if I had a record or how many copies, but, you know, that remains to be seen. Ray Conniff with Souvenirs. Unchained Melody on here. I know that's a great version. Memories Are Made of This. Love Letters in the Sand. I don't think I'd ever seen that record. Tim, how do you pronounce this? Tim Barty, You Have a Chance. It's a great cover, though. And I'm assuming this is probably a gospel record. Here's the label. Bridge Over Troubled Water, One Day at a Time. Wish We'd All Been Ready. I think that song I'm familiar with. DC Talk remade that song at one time, and it was a Larry Norman song, I think. Isn't that the guy that was with Kansas that went solo? I'm not sure. My coffee's getting cold because it's so cold down here in Hernando's Vinyl Hideaway. German drinking songs recorded at the Music Hall, Hamburg, Germany. Not to be confused with the Beatles playing in Hamburg. Although, if the Beatles sung German songs, that'd be great. I think we've passed up an opportunity for that to happen. Although Paul McCartney could release a German album. There's still time. Sole Purpose, Love Beyond Reason. They're happy. They're happy because I bought this record. No one else would. Love Beyond Reason, Sole Purpose on Jordan Records. Jordan River Recordings. I don't know. From Tennessee. This one I'm pretty sure is the artist that I'm looking for. I have one other record of hers, but I still haven't found the one that I'm looking for. Joyce Landorf. This one's really close to the one I want. I mean, the cover's awesome. But the one I'm looking for is the one that you've probably seen on bad album covers. She's holding a rose. And I think it just says Joyce. This one's on Word. But yeah, one of these days I'll find that one, hopefully. And then Big Ben Colder, Wild Again. I've never seen it say Big Ben Colder. Also known as Sheb Woolley. Somebody wrote Janie Melvin on the back or on the side. This one's on MGM. It has it's funny, a lot of his songs that are covers of country songs, it's the same title and just says number 2. It's funny because Weird Al never done that. He would always give it a completely different name. But I guess he's not Weird Al, is he? If I Were a Carpenter, Games People Play, Tennessee Birdwalk. It's funny he does Tennessee Birdwalk because that's already a novelty song, I think. Unless he changed it up a little bit. Ben Coulter, that's a sort of a rare artist. I mean, nowadays, you could go up to someone on the street and mention Ben Coulter or Sheb Woolley and people wouldn't even know what you're talking about. But Sheb Woolley had a hit with The Purple People Eater. I think that was, I don't know if it was a number 1 hit. It probably was, because in the 50s, novelty music was a big deal. And I was listening to the Dr. Demento CD set that I have today in the car, and they were saying that The Thing by Phil Harris was number 1 in whatever year it came out, in the 50s. I think he said for 4 weeks it was number 1. And it was the most popular novelty song of all time, or one of them. It's like, that's sort of funny if you think about it, because nowadays I don't know if there is any novelty songs. Can anyone out there think of a novelty song that is come out in the last, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years? I mean, the first one that, excuse me, the first one that comes to mind is, which was back in the 90s, was Barbie Girl by Aqua. I consider that sort of a novelty song. Beyond that, nothing really comes to mind. And since the 90s, you had William Hung and stuff like that. But maybe some of you out there could leave a comment and fill my brain with a current novelty song and or songs or artists. So I never really thought about it till just now. It's one of those random thoughts. I start having those when I make a video that I didn't even plan on thinking about, but So I hope everyone out there in the vinyl land, collectors land, is doing well, and hopefully we won't have the snowstorm that they're talking about that we're going to have in the next day or so. I hate wintertime. I've probably said that in a video before, because can't say I always hated winter. When I was younger, I just dealt with it, but it seems like the older I get, the more I don't deal with it any more than I have to. Thanks for watching, and I've noticed that I have a couple new subscribers, by the way, and I'm apologizing now for not answering my comments. I really need to start answering my comments a little bit more. So I'm really bad about that. Maybe if I do it on voice command, it'll be easier. But I appreciate everyone that watches and subscribes. Check out my Facebook page, or group rather. It's Fernando's Vinyl Hideaway. And I also have a group for Cool and Strange Music Magazine fans. Go over to Facebook and check that out if you're interested at all. And we'll see you in the next vinyl update in Wienerland.